Welcome back to SnowRunner. You join us today as we continue on from the previous episode with the mission materials order. Now if you haven't seen the previous episode, go back and have a look. It's the first part of this order. We used the Fleetstar, we headed up to the warehouse right at the top of the hill, picked up some metal beams and delivered them to the quarry, which meant we entered the quarry for the very first time. That was in the previous episode. Today we continue on with the other two parts of this mission. So we're back in the Fleetstar F2070A. We've got the saddle low on, and we can now pick up our sideboard trailer, which we're doing now. There we go, it's on. And we need to head to the warehouse near the quarry. I don't know why, but there's two warehouses on Smithfield Dam that are both called warehouse. I haven't seen a different name for them. So the warehouse near the quarry and the warehouse up the hill. I think that's how I'm going to make a difference between the two. But we're heading to the warehouse near the quarry. We've got to pick up concrete slabs. 2 lots of them and bring them back to the service hub. Now concrete slabs take up 2 spaces, so we could have done this in 2 journeys if we'd left the sideboard bed on that we'd used previously, but I thought I'd rather do it in 1 if possible, so we'll swap it over and we can now go and pick them up. It's not too far a journey, to be fair. It's quite an easy one. I think this whole mission itself is quite simple. It's just time consuming, hence us splitting into 2 parts. But do let me know in the comments what you think. Come the end of this episode, obviously you can see how it's about 20 minutes long. The previous episode was around 25 minutes. Could we have done this in 1 episode rather than split into 2? I do prefer episodes to only be about half an hour long, kind of maximum. Unless it goes over a little bit, it's not too bad. But to have a nearly 45-minute episode, I'm a bit unsure about that. I know I've had comments in the past, people just want to see all of it, and that's fine. I do try and cut very little out. Me staring at the map for 5 minutes is not going to stay in the video, obviously, but we try and cut very little out. But let me know what you think. Should this mission have been in 1 episode and 45 minutes long, or should it be in 2 separate episodes like we've done? Just so we know for in future, really, if we're thinking about splitting a mission. There may be other reasons to do so, but at this point, this was the reason for this one, was just the length. So as I say, fairly simple journey. We're going to bout across the dam, and just after the dam is the warehouse. Now I did get a bit confused because I saw this and had a look at the concrete slabs, and I thought, oh no, we've got to go back up the hill to the big warehouse. The big warehouse doesn't do concrete slabs, it does concrete blocks, which are completely different, but I nearly got confused between the two. I think it's blocks, it said, but yeah, very, very different. Don't want to get confused between the two. No way did I want to go all the way back up there and get something we didn't need. But then I also thought, it was only when I started setting up the Fleetstar with the saddle low that I thought, well, if I'd seen that previously, I would have got it when we went and got the metal beams. I would have got the concrete from there if we needed it. So I must have clicked originally, forgotten about it, and then this time thought, well, hang on, why did I not pick it up last time? Because it's the wrong warehouse, and that's the wrong turning. This is what happens when I'm just chatting away, not paying attention to what I'm doing. That's turning for the trader storage, or trader store. I turned 1 turn too early. Okay, this next right hand turn is the warehouse, so we can pick up our concrete slabs. And we're delivering these back to the service hub, so the service hub is right near our garage, so it's a straight shot back to where we've just come from. And then we'll head back to the garage once we deliver them and change on what we've got on the back, so we can go and pick up consumables. Consumables being picked up from the farm. A little bit trickier because of the way the farm is. It's all very flooded, but hopefully it won't take us too long to get it done. Okay, so let's just turn this round so an easy exit essentially. So reverse this back. This is something I'm really trying to learn a bit more to do, reversing trailers. Yeah, not brilliant, but I'm trying to practice to get better. It's something that I've never really liked doing, and I always find it really tricky, so I'm trying to practice a little bit more to get better at it. There we go. So the other trailer we've got here is what was that? Are they wooden planks? I think they're wooden planks, aren't they? It's because we grabbed a trailer that had 5 lots of wooden planks on previously for a different mission. Dropped them off here. We needed 2, I think it was. Yeah, so then we've got 3 left over. So at some point we may have to pick those up. So concrete slabs. We need 2 of these. As you can see, it takes up 2 slots. Nice and simple. 1 and 2. Perfect. We have got a spare slot on the back. This is a 5-slot trailer, but I don't know, a bit of extra space. We don't really need it for anything. So we're heading back to the service hub now. Nice simple one. So we take a left at the end of here, and then we just head across the bridge. Over the dam. Not the bridge. Is it a bridge or is it? It's a dam, so I don't think it doesn't count as a bridge, does it? So straight back across the dam, towards the garage, and just a bit past the garage, and that's job done. This is one of the simpler missions, I must admit. But it's quite a big. I suppose it's quite time consuming, especially when we had to go all the way up the hill to the other warehouse. That was a bit of a tight turn. Come on, keep pushing forward. Got a little bit caught up there on the mud on that tight turn. Maybe a bit too wide, maybe. But we're okay again. The thing is, with the tyres they've put on the vehicles now aren't as good on road as they used to be because we've got more off-road tyres on. I don't know if they're mud tyres. I can't remember what tyres they've actually got on currently, but yeah, they're not road tyres anymore. So that's how good they are on roads has gone down. So I don't know if that's a bad thing for missions like this, to be fair. Maybe I should have put road tyres back on just for this because we know we're on the road. Although we need to change them for the farm. I don't know. Do people change their tyres all the time? Yeah. If you know you're doing a mission and it's mostly the majority of it is road, do you put road tyres back on to make life easier, or do you just keep the tyres you've been using, mud tyres, off-road tyres? Do you just keep them on and don't bother changing? You know, that's an interesting thing to think about because I've not thought about it till just now. With the majority of this mission being on road, there is a muddy section by the farm though. So road tyres probably would have struggled a bit through that, and we're going back through it again in a second. I think the tyres would have struggled a little bit to get through that. So I don't know. It's an interesting one though. If you plan your journey and you see it's majority road, should you then change back to road tyres? I'm not sure on that one. Something to think about for future though. But we're just coming up to the farm now. You'll see we're at the farm because the mud in front of it is pretty bad. There we go. Just going to turn slightly to the right here to avoid the big puddle. And there we go. This is the bit, if we'd been on road tyres, I think we'd struggle here. How do we damage the engine there? Not sure how that happened. All four-wheel drive though, all-wheel drive, sorry, is on. It's not four-wheel, it's all-wheel. And just going to get through this mud and then back on the road again. It's not very quick, this bit. Mainly, it was definitely not quick going there, but obviously the weight of the concrete really weighs the trailer down. So obviously that does have an issue and slows us down significantly. But we're still making good progress and a good time. So it should be a right hand turn here. We've still got to fix that trailer. Because I need to sell it essentially. It's decent money sat there. I think it's 6,000. Sat there upside down on the floor. I do need to just flip that over and get that sold at some point. I need to remember to do that. It'll still be there in weeks and weeks and weeks time. I tell you, I'll forget it. I'll forget to keep doing it because every time I'm on the way somewhere, there's no point stopping and doing it because I'm on the way to something else. So I need to remember to do that at some point. It's I also like leaving it there as a kind of reminder, a trophy as such, to say, look, your first attempt at the farm was a failure, and this is signifying that because it was. If you haven't seen that episode, the first time we came to Smithfield Dam, we had to come here to pick up a drill part for Black River, and yeah, I thought I'll kill two birds with one stone. The farm needs a load of stuff taken to it, so I thought, well, we've got to pick up the drilling part. We'll take a trailer of all the stuff to the farm first, as one of the first missions on Smithfield Dam done. And then we'll pick up the drill bit and take that back. You know, nice and simple, no wasted journey. Yeah, it didn't quite end the way I'd hoped. But I can laugh about it now. At the time, wasn't so pleased, to be fair. But yeah, it's one of those that you live and learn. And I definitely learned. Don't try and cross a big ditch next to a farmer's field, because generally you get stuck. That's what I learned. Well, we need to hit the service hub anyway. And then we can drop off these concrete slabs. Again, a fairly simple journey. The only difficult part was really in front of the farm, and that was only really because the weight we had on the back, if anything, slowed us down a bit, but it wasn't even significant, not really. Still made good time. From garage to pick up the concrete slabs and then back to deliver them to service hub is what, just under 10 minutes of the video done? That's not bad. I think we've done okay there. So concrete slabs is done. Fantastic. So what we're going to do now is head back to the garage, drop off the trailer, and change the back, because we don't need the saddle low. We could take the trailer to the farm, grab consumables, but I think it's a bit of a waste. We don't need a big long trailer on the back, and we're passing the garage anyway, so it kind of makes sense to stop off there while we're passing, not just to refuel as well, fix up any damage. yeah, I think it kind of makes sense, rather than if we weren't passing it, maybe we'd just go as we are, but we are passing the garage, so it just makes sense to sort ourselves out. So we're going to get rid of the sideboard trailer. Not get rid of it, we're just going to put it in its spot and then head into the garage. And I'm thinking the sideboard bed back on, because that carries 2 and consumables only take up 1 space and we need 2 of them. And then back to the preacher's house. The preacher's house is a fairly simple journey too. That's by the fuel station as well, so it's not even that far to go, to be fair. Right, this is where I get to practice my reversing again though. Can we get this trailer nice and straight into one of the bays? This is where I see, oh, just touch the big container there. This is where we see if my driving skills are improving or not. And I'm more than happy to say not, but I think we're getting better. It is just getting the angles right and the turns. That's messed up massively. Let's go forward and straighten up a bit. There we go. Now, let's see if we can get it straight. It's not bad. I think I do try and reverse too quickly. I think that is some of the issue sometimes. Right, that is dropped off. We can get that unhooked, and then we can recover the Fleetstar. There's no point driving it, just recover it. It doesn't cost us anything. And we just need to change the back as well. We'll keep the crane on. I like having a crane on the back, just in case we might see something we need to pick up. And where we are, we're kind of near other missions that need us with a crane, so we might do those next time. So we're heading to the farm first. This is going to be a bit of a dodgy one. The actual journey there is fairly simple. It's more once you're there. We've been started using the left-hand path, which isn't really a path. It's a bit of wasted space between the fence line and the big flood of the road. So that's kind of been our route. We could go all the way down near the dam, turn right, and a load of off-road tracks and get to the farm that way, but that takes quite a while in the end. Whereas this route, if you get it right, doesn't take that long at all. If you get it wrong, it probably is longer to do this route than the other one. So the aim is not to get it wrong to save ourselves time. That's kind of the hope and the plan. Okay, coming up to the mud road where the upside down trailer is. The farm is just ahead of us. And I'm sure, I think from previous videos, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen us do this before. We did, well, I think the first couple of attempts at the farm went the long way around. And since then, I think we've done this way, I think. I'm not sure now about going back. I'm pretty sure we have. This isn't the first time I'm doing this, I'm sure. The fence keeps rebuilding though, so I can't really tell. Right, we don't want to turn too early because then we're going in the water here. See, we are struggling a little bit with the mud. But if we can get down here, it saves us so much time. Come on, don't get stuck. Be good. Oh, I'm stuck on the rock, I think. Come on. Yeah, got caught on that rock just there. It's so easy to do because you bounce around a little bit because there's a little ditch next to field and stuff. We're okay. Come on, fence. Right, it's just to avoid the rocks, we're trying to navigate them as best we can. If anything's going to damage your suspension on this, it's going to be that bit, isn't it? These big rocks. We are getting stuck occasionally though. All-wheel drive as well. I'm surprised we're getting stuck so easily. Thought this would be a little bit easier than this. Come on. Just keep pushing forward. We're not really pushing forward, are we? Okay. Come on. Consumables to do. This is such an easy mission. Why am I struggling? Okay, attach that to the back. Hopefully that'll pull us forward. There we go. That's also a tip for those that don't know as well. If you're struggling somewhere and your back of your truck can reach with its winch to the front, something in front of the truck, it actually kind of pulls you through the truck itself, so you always move forward. That's something that I learned a little while back. It's actually really helped us at situations where we've been a little bit stuck, and it's so much easier just to then winch from the back but forwards, because you're pulling up. It makes it easier to pull up because of the momentum as well. I'm finding that helps me massively. I can't think where I learned that. I don't know if Shoot the Gamer mentioned it, or I don't know, to be fair, but it's something that I've started doing a little while now, and I do find it works really well. Right, we're at the farm. Let's pick up these consumables, and then we're heading to the preacher's house. Nice and simple. This is the bit you'll be a little bit wary of because the amount of mud in the farm is ridiculous. Obviously, you need to get out of here once you're loaded up as well. Right, so 2 lots of consumables on board. Can we get this back out of here in one piece, hopefully? And then we can head to the preacher's house. Apologies for the yawning. I am still struggling with sleep. So, I know the last episode I was really struggling and falling asleep while talking. It was hard. I listened to it back and you can tell. If you listen carefully, you can tell when my eyes are going, but I'm still talking. Yeah, today struggling as well. So, it is what it is, unfortunately. Okay, back through the pathway. I should have gone. There was a left hand round this bit of rocks, and maybe I should have gone that way. Maybe it makes it a little bit easier, but we're through. We're past. Don't tip now. Come on, be good. Don't tip. Struggled on that corner quite a bit. I don't know why. It's a weird one, that. It was a bit of a struggle. But we just need to keep going up here, and it's left at the end. Come on, Fleetstar. Fleetstar is the one vehicle that's never really let us down. You know, even when it did the job with the big drill bit, the actual trailer was massively bigger than the Fleetstar itself. It's incredible. And through sheer perseverance and the help of the Kodiak, we got it done. And that's how good the Fleetstar has been to us. I was saying in the previous episode how I'm kind of reluctant to find a vehicle that would beat the Fleetstar because I like the Fleetstar so much. Kind of become attached to using it because we use it so much. That's something I'm not looking forward to, is replacing it. And I'm sure we will in due course. But for the time being, nothing comes close. Just because we don't have another truck that has all-wheel drive. I think the Kodiak doesn't. It just has rear-wheel drive unless you pick up the upgrade from Alaska. So yeah, which is a shame really. So, Preacher's house is by the petrol station, fuel station, whatever you want to call it, English, American, I think it's fuel. Is it fuel station for American? Petrol station for the English. And you can pick up fuel there as well to refuel your vehicle. It's a fairly simple one. Once we get off this dirt track onto road, I think the whole way is road. So a fairly simple one. But this is why I wondered what you guys think. Should we have split this into 2 like we have? Or should this have only been 1 episode but be around 40-45 minutes long rather than 20 minutes to half an hour? Be interested what you guys think about that, to be fair. Right, over the road we go. Let's get up this last bit, and it's plain sailing from here. Off-road drive off. Off-road, all-wheel drive off. We'll get that right eventually. And then we just need to keep going. Up the hill, we'll pass the garage. We'll take a right after the garage as well. We just need to go up here first. Again, the consumables don't actually weigh very much. You can definitely notice the difference in the weight compared to the concrete slabs on the back to these. There's a big, big difference. It's incredible to think how that detail goes in the mud and the way that reacts and moves to different things. The weight on the back plays a part in how low you sink as well. Tyre choice, bigger tyres, better in mud, worse in the roads. Even raising suspension out of the mud itself. Amazing those little adjustments I thought about when they create this. At some point I want to play the new one, but I don't want to get to it too soon, if that makes sense. I'm more than happy to do it episodically, but I think we'll wait till we vote on next episode again. Imagine having this on the go and the new one as well. Obviously, if that's what you guys vote for. So, yeah, when we finish Far Cry 4, no, when we finish the Mafia series, because I think that's going to finish first, we'll then start voting for the next episodic game. And I might put the new Mud Runner on episodically on the vote and see what happens. Because I'll be interested to see what they've done and they've changed, really, to be fair. Right, so that T-junction, instead if we'd gone left, would have been back to Black River. But right is the way we need to go, and that's where we've gone. I'm blabbering away, trying to keep myself awake. This is not working. Petrol station coming up on our left, and the Preacher's house on our right. And we are just about done for today. Let's get this delivery done, and that is material order done. In we go. 1 and 2, and we've been promoted. We are now a rank 8 as well. We'll have to have a look at what tyres and stuff we can change because of that. But a massive thank you for watching. As I said, let me know what you think, whether we should have split this mission into 2 or kept it into 1. Do let me know what you think, and a massive thank you to everyone for watching. We'll see you again very soon with more SnowRunner.